Hello once again, and it's got very cold since I did my first video this morning. Weather's really changed, really depressing outside, but this is not what I'm talking about. I'm not here to talk about the weather today. I'm here to talk about TV licensing. Basically what it is, if you happen to live outside the UK, yes, we have to pay a TV license here. Basically funding the BBC TV and radio. To me, it's a very outdated system. It's a very outdated way of funding TV channels or radio stations. But it's the law. The law says you've got to pay a TV license. Basically, as I said before, it's to fund the BBC. And yes, I'm going to say it's out of date. Not everybody wants to watch stuff on the BBC, especially nowadays when, to me, there's nothing on the BBC that appeals to me. There's no more programs shown that appeal to me. Back in the day, like when I was growing up during the 80s and the 90s, the BBC had the best comedy, some good television programs, sport, had good sport, you know, I'm a big Formula 1 fan, so we liked watching the Formula 1 on the BBC. I mean, there was a lot of football on the, I'm not a big football fanatic myself, but there was football on the telly, and BBC had it all. That money what we fund went to good use. Today, I'd say for the last few years, BBC have definitely gone right down. They don't show nothing no more that really appeals to me. So to me, this TV licensing system is pretty much out of date. Why should people have to pay for it when they don't want to watch it? They have no interest in the BBC anymore, like me. The radio stations don't interest me. I hate listening to Radio 1. Not keen on the other radio stations like Radio 2, Radio 3, Radio 4, whatever they got. Doesn't interest me. The license is £147 a year. Right, a year, £147 for a colour license. Well, all TVs nowadays are colour. I mean, there is a separate black and white license. But why would anyone want to pay for a black and white license these days? I don't know how much it is. I think it's very, very dirt cheap. That black and white license has never gone up because since maybe years when they stopped manufacturing black and white TVs. I think they stopped manufacturing black and white TVs in the 80s. Why would you want a black and white telly and get a colour telly? There's no point making black and white tellies. So the black and white license was different from the colour license, and probably 99% of householders in the UK hold a colour license, but the colour license always goes up. Every year you're probably going to go up by a couple of quid or something, a few pence, I don't know, but it's always going up, the television license, and you've got to pay it. You have to pay it. Otherwise you get a fucking, back in the 80s you had a TV detector van going around, I don't know, with modern technology now they could probably detect it straight away, or you don't pay your license, it goes through direct debit, and BBC, he ain't paid his television license, let's go around and nick him. But I honestly, it's an out of date concept now. You shouldn't not have to pay a television license if you don't want to, meaning if you don't want the BBC, you shouldn't have to have it. You know, that's basically what you're funding, the BBC. To me, they should change it. Do it like how it's maybe Sky. You know, if you don't want to watch Sky Television, you don't have to pay for it. You don't watch it. Simple as that. You know, that should be the same with the BBC. If you don't want the BBC, you shouldn't have to have it. Yeah, definitely, that should definitely change now. That, you know, it's out of date. It's an out of date concept. You know, you shouldn't have to pay for something you don't want. Why should you? You know, if people started doing that, you know, have, you know, sophisticated technology, they could probably send something down your TV if you know, if you get it or you don't get it. You know, you can easily scramble it. It's all digital now. There's no analog transmissions, so you can turn off certain things. You know, like digital TV. You know, sometimes you need a card if you're watching Freeview. You need a card to watch certain programs or pay for certain programs, channels. You know what I mean? They could do that with the BBC if they wanted to, easily. They've got the technology to do that. But the problem is, I think they won't do that. They won't do that because they know if people stop subscribing, or, you know, if they change to a subscribe, do that. Say that again. If they change the BBC to a subscription, I don't think people would want to know. You know, like me, I wouldn't want to know about it. You know, basically, no, don't want the BBC. Not interesting. No more. It's crap. You know, BBC to me is now crap. There's no television programs I fancy watching. There's nothing on it what I want to watch. But then you might have people that, oh, hang on a minute. If they do that, put it as a subscription, okay, they probably can still watch EastEnders. You know, watch the news and whatever else they want to watch. You know, I think there's 4 BBC channels, is there? 4, BBC 1, BBC 2, BBC 3, BBC 4. All 4 of them are shit. Nothing really appeals to me, you know. Why should I pay for it? No, the radio's crap too. To me, it's crap. It's not interesting to me. Why should I pay for something I don't want? I don't want it. No. You know, £147 a year. Fucking hell, that's a lot of money. For something you have to pay, you know. You're forced that pay. You know, if you don't pay, you go to court and all that bullshit because you don't pay your fucking TV license. Bullshit. You know, it's crap. It's a stupid idea now. But then you're gonna have people like me saying, you know, saying go to subscription, and if it does go to subscription, and not a lot of people want to subscribe to it, you know, just say maybe half the country don't want to subscribe to it. You know, would it be the fall of the BBC? You know, could the BBC be taken over by another television company? Maybe Sky or something like that. But if the BBC does fall, then you're going to get all the people out there that, you know, are die-hard BBC fans. They love their EastEnders and news and whatever. They're going to fucking hate people like me because, oh, you don't subscribe to the BBC. Oh, no, look what you've done. Well, there's fucking shit. There's fuck all on the BBC. Why the fuck should I pay for something I don't want? Just so you can just save the bullshit broadcasting corporation. That's what it's called now. Well, that's what I'll call it anyway, because you can't get away with nothing. No decent comedy. No decent programmes. No sport. Where's all the fucking sport? They've sold it all because they can't afford it. And they're putting up the TV licensing fees because, you know, because they have to get their money from somewhere. So they put the fucking, because they ain't going to, that's another thing. Will the BBC, you know, knowing that ain't got the funding anymore, have to go commercialised? You know, start showing commercials. That's another thing. They might have to do that. That's how ITV is funded. Channel 4, all the bigger channels, you know, all the other channels. Americans, you know, they're big on commercials over there. Fucking hell. That's what the BBC will have to do. And people will have to grin and bear it. You know, I was you know, I liked watching programmes on the BBC back in the day. I liked the fact there was no commercials. You can just sit there uninterrupted watching a comedy programme, sport. You know, that I really liked. It would be a shame. Maybe, well, not nowadays, because as I say, I don't give a fuck about the BBC, because it's just nothing on that I fancy. It's just nothing. You know, I think there's a lot of people out there around the country who think, well, the BBC shit, why should we pay for it? It's a subscription or commercialised. That's the only way they can go, or be bought out by another company. Or would it be the fall of the BBC or whatever? You know, that's the only thing that can happen. But, you know, why the fuck should I fund something that I'm not getting any benefit out of? You know, and why should a lot of people around the country do the same? It's just not right. £147 a year. That's a lot of money. And, you know, that's only going to keep going up with inflation. You know, Sky, as I said before, Sky is an option. You don't have to pay for that. So it should be the same with the BBC. You know, I think the future of television, like everything, it's going to all be online soon anyway. So you ain't going to require a satellite dish, television aerials, you know, radio aerials. It's all going to be online soon. It's getting like that now. You mean, you got Netflix and Amazon's Fire, and, you know, all goes through the internet. You know, everything's going to be via internet soon. Even probably your telephone will probably go through the internet soon. Everything will be online. Everything will be through the internet. Maybe give it another 20 years, maybe. You know, I can see the future, everything being online. Way, you know, with media sources, everything you watch, you listen to, radio, telly, communications, everything will be online. Satellite dishes will be a thing of the past. Say with the television aerial, that'll be a thing of the past. And, you know, the BBC still using a television license method. You know, that, you know, just what's the fucking point anymore? You know, forcing people to pay a television license for what they don't want. I don't know, people might differ. I think people will differ from this. The BBC's, it's all traditional, you know, it's British, you know, and all that crap. You know, to me, I don't give a fuck about the BBC. There's nothing worth watching on it anymore. If it goes under, it goes under. I don't really give a fuck unless they buck up their ideas and get some decent television programmes back, get some decent sporting events back on the BBC. You know, I'm not fucking going to sit there and watch shit like EastEnders. Nah. And there's other programmes, you know, that just don't interest me. What do you think? Or should we pay for a television licence still, or should it go subscribe to it? You know, subscription, commercialised. What do you think? Me, I don't care what it does, as long as we don't have to fucking pay for a licence anymore. Well, there you go. Anyway, I'm going to end this now. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, and goodbye. What the fuck?